The Ouija Board is a popular board game and can be found on toy department shelves around the world. Popular amongst teenagers and college students, the Ouija Board has been the source of many late-night scare sessions. Once considered an innocent parlor game, the Ouija Board has gained a reputation of being something dark and evil. Several Christian groups, including the Catholic Church, have labeled the Ouija Board as evil and have warned against its use, claiming it could lead to gateways opening up, allowing demonic forces to enter our world. In today's episode, we attempt to uncover the truth behind the mysterious Ouija Board. The Ouija board, or the spirit board as it is also called, is a flat board printed with the 26 letters of the alphabet, the numbers 0 through 9, and the words yes, no, and goodbye. A triangular indicator known as a planchette is used along with the board. Players will place their fingers on the planchette, and the planchette will mysteriously move about the board, spelling out messages. The origins of the Ouija board date back to the late 1800s during the Victorian era, when spiritualism was all the rage in Europe and North America. Many people would enlist the services of spiritual mediums who claimed to possess the ability to communicate with the spirits of those who had passed. A number of spiritualists use spirit boards to actually communicate with the dead. Upon hearing of these spirit boards, entrepreneur Charles Kennard seized upon this trend and created talking boards to be offered for sale to the general public. The name Ouija is thought to come from French and German words for yes. Oui meaning yes in French, ja meaning yes in German. However, according to Charles Kennard, the game's inventor, he put the question to the board as to what to call itself. The board responded, spelling out O-U-I-J-A. When asked what that meant, the board said, "Good luck." Sales of the Ouija board were quite brisk. However, when World War I broke out, sales of the Ouija board went through the roof. Families who lost loved ones in the war were hoping to use the Ouija board to make contact with their fallen family members. Charles Kennard opened 2 factories in Chicago, 2 in Baltimore, 2 in New York, and a factory in London just to keep up with demand. Sales continued to increase through the Great Depression and through World War II. Use of the Ouija board became so commonplace that a painting of a couple using the board by Norman Rockwell graced the cover of the May 1st, 1920 edition of the Saturday Evening Post. In 1966, the Parker Brothers Company purchased the rights to the Ouija board. The following year, over 2 million Ouija boards were sold, even outselling the immensely popular Monopoly board game. The Ouija board was more popular than ever, but things were soon about to change. In 1973, Warner Brothers Pictures released the motion picture The Exorcist. The film was a smash hit, grossing over $440 million for the studio. Audiences were terrified by the story of a young girl who became demonically possessed after playing with a Ouija board. the Ouija board soon went from being seen as an innocent means of communicating with loved ones who had passed to an instrument of evil, a gateway leading to the underworld, and as a means for demonic forces to enter our world. Thanks to The Exorcist, the public's perception of the Ouija board had totally changed. A number of churches and religious organizations, especially the Catholic Church, have spoken out against the Ouija board, calling it a tool of Satan, and have urged their members not to participate in its use.
If you begin to practice, it is, because the idea is that you're dealing with a spirit. The spirit is causing that little
needle or whatever it is.
I'm trying to, whatever they call that thing, it goes around to letters and spells out words, and so you feel like some dead person. But actually it is communicating with demonic spirits. It is a dangerous thing, and I strongly urge people not to get involved in it.
Science has often dismissed the Ouija phenomenon and has explained the mysterious movement of the planchette as a result of what is called the ideomotor response. This is where the planchette is guided by subconscious muscular movements of the hands, giving the illusion that the planchette is moving by its own will. This effect was first described by British scientist Michael Faraday in 1853. It is said that playing with the Ouija board could lead to being possessed by a spirit or demon. As in the Exorcist movie, the Ouija board may open a portal to the dark underworld. One thing you must always remember to do is to say goodbye at the end of your Ouija board session, and point the planchette to the word goodbye on the board. Not doing so may lead to some unwanted circumstances. The planchette has a hole in its center and is fitted with a clear viewing glass. It is said that if you look deeply into the viewing glass, you may see the reflection of demonic spirits lurking behind you. The Ouija board should never be played at 3 a.m. This is the time when evil demonic spirits are at their most active, and the risk of encountering one is greatly increased during this time. You must never burn your Ouija board, because if you do, you will anger all the spirits that have been contacted through the board. You also run the risk of releasing any evil spirits that may be residing within the board. Your best option is to dispose of the Ouija board, is to throw it in the trash or to bury it. If the planchette begins to move in a figure 8, say goodbye and stop playing the game immediately. This is a sign that a demonic entity is attempting to use the Ouija board to cross over into our world. Hopefully, you will have ended your session before the evil spirit has taken control of the board. Zozo is said to be a mysterious ancient demon who chooses to communicate with people through the Ouija board. He will announce his presence by spelling out his name, Z-O-Z-O. The first recorded encounter with Zozo was in 2009 when Darren Evans posted his interactions to a public message board. Since then, thousands of reports of terrifying encounters with the malevolent spirit Zozo have exploded across the internet. So what is the Ouija board? Science tells us it is merely a board game with nothing supernatural about it. The Catholic Church, on the other hand, tells us it could open gateways to the dark and mysterious realm of spirits and demons and warns us not to use it. In either case, Ouija boards are still readily available on store shelves and online. If you have had any strange or mysterious experiences while using a Ouija board, tell us about it in the comment section below. This concludes today's episode of the Paranormal Report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. The team at the Paranormal Report really appreciates your support.